So I would like to introduce Professor Datuk Dr. Marimuthu Nadason. So he's the president of Consumers International, and he earned his doctorate degree in business administration from the graduate school of the University of Technology, Cambodia. So yeah, I'll give you the floor, sir. 15 to 20 minutes, and we might be able to take one or two questions. So his presentation today would be about financial consumer protection, challenges, and the way forward. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you very much. My name is Marimuthu Nadason. Of course, I'm from Malaysia, not from Cambodia. Okay, that's first thing. The second thing is that 36 are full consumerism activism. So of course, our way of thinking are completely different from many other people, because for us is protection, information, education, and redressal mechanism. That's most important. First of all, I'd like to say a few things about Consumer International. We exist in 121 countries, close to 250 to 300 members in 121 countries, and we are represented in all regions, Africa, Latin America, Middle East, Pacific, Asia, and also Europe. So we have our regional offices everywhere, and we have 19 council members throughout all these regions put together. So this is Consumer International, and we would like to thank the organizer. This is the first time, I think so, they are inviting the consumers. Of course, I hope most of you are doing research and you are part of some universities. You must always understand, without the consumers, banking or insurance don't exist. So that's why the consumers are the most important component in any research. And I saw lately that you all have done wonderful work, and we hope that you all can share with us more and more so that the consumers at large will benefit. Okay, if you see, the World Consumer Rights Day is 15th of March every year, and last couple of years, that's 2011, 12, and 13, throughout the world, the consumer movement have embarked on consumer protection in banking and insurance industry, where we believe that that was the most important at that time for us, and we were doing a lot of activities at the ground level at that time. But most important thing is that, what do consumers want? Simple. There's three things out of the 8 consumer rights, the 3 important rights if you're looking at banking for financial services or insurance. See, like example, the first one is that, of course, we need information. What kind of information? Because we need full information so that today the consumers can decide what product they want to choose. That's the second right. First is information, second is to choose. When once they choose the product, of course, they could like to know that if there is any defect, where do they get, how do they get refund or redressal mechanism. So these 3 are very important component in any product which the consumers purchase. That we need to be very clear. That's one. Second thing, of course, the consumer movement also have in the past have demanded government of the day, let it be any government anywhere, because most of the government are signatory to United Nations Guideline for Consumer Protection. What do these guidelines say? It's easy. Make sure that the consumers get the education, the consumers are protected, and the government agency must ensure that the consumers are not only protected and education is given, but they must have a redressal mechanism. So we do not know how many government of the day is providing this for the consumers. And we need to understand that consumers' demands are growing. because of information technology today. And of course, consumers also, it's not easy for them today to keep up with the latest development of products in everything. Because you look at it, we did a survey in Malaysia on insurance policies. Because everyone who purchased an insurance policy, there's 73 pages. We don't know what is in the 73 pages. We don't think so people who can read will understand because of legal terms and not things like that. So we did a survey, simple survey, and we found out 73% of Malaysians don't understand what they purchase on consumer, especially on insurance. So we have told to the central bank, hey guys, look here, what we want is that only 2 page. You have given 73 page, small print, where if you use the maximum power of your glasses to read, I don't know whether you can read, okay? What we have done is that we have told to the central bank that what we are pushing is that a simple 2 page. This is how much we pay, this is how much we protected, what is included, what is excluded, finish. That at least the basic information the consumers can have it. Same goes to banking loans, housing loan, how much you take, what is your interest, how much you pay, and if there's a default, is there any interest in that? The 2 page, not the whole tick thing. That is for people who have the time to read, but this was the first information for us to do the decision. So what do consumers at large throughout the world want is that they want to get information which they can understand. Not everyone has that kind of qualification to read and to understand. And not everyone has that kind of technology. Like today you can see if Zimbabwe, the economy is collapsed. If you have been to Zimbabwe, I was there last May, you need to queue for 3 hours to get your petrol for a car or for your diesel for your car or things like that. And every day the fluctuation of money is fantastic. The USD, they don't use, the banking have collapsed. They don't use their own bank system. It's all in USD today. So you can see, and they don't even have a proper energy system. How do digital works there? It's another decision. But we cannot, that is why when many banking bankers or insurance say you can access document, you can access this and access that. Some countries have the best infrastructure for all the digital platform or the technology, but many countries, part of Africa or Latin America, they don't have this kind of good infrastructure. So this also had been a great struggle for consumer protection, where we had to keep putting pressure to consumers, to the government of large or regulator or whoever they are, because to make sure that the consumers are educated, informed, and don't run away from consumer education. How many people believe that banking and insurance industry are interested in consumer education? Siapa, most of you all are Indonesian here, siapa yang percaya iaitu bank-bank dan syarikat insurans prihatin terhadap pelindungan kepenggunaan? You all as students kan, faham kan bahasa? Okay. So you can see even in Malaysia a simple thing. In Malaysia they created Ombudsman for Financial Services. I've been part of the Ombudsman. Of course, 9 board of directors. The industries are represented very well. So they must look for one guy to be an independent guy. So they'll go for the consumer guy. They'll put you. So I need to fight between 8. I'm the only one. So 8 guys are there. You need to fight with them. You need to argue with them. And when they started the ombudsman, they'll make sure that every banks, every financial institution, if there is a complaint or dispute, please go to the ombudsman. That was only at the beginning, 6 months of when they started. Now it's already like from financial mediation bureau, nearly 14 years. You can't see any of the posters in the bank or in the even in the banking, in the banks or even the insurance office. So the consumers will feel that, oh, they don't know where to go when they have a complaint to make or redresses to make. So that is why our demands on consumer protection is very much, that's why as I put it again, information is very important for us to make a decision, to choose. That's the second thing. Third, of course, after choosing, we find there's a defect or there's an issue with us, we need to go for our redress mechanism. These are the three most important things for the consumers at large. That is why consumer education is very important and consumer protection is very important for consumers at large. So we can't run away with that. That is why in last Congress in Portugal, the Consumer International Congress, we decided that we went on the topic on digital platform. Everything on digital, what is happening to consumers? Technology, what is technology is doing to consumers? Are they disruptive to the consumers or are they bringing in more benefit to the consumers? So this has been challenge for the consumers throughout the world, and of course countries which have the best infrastructure, they can move further, but countries, we are talking about Latin America and part of Africa and many other countries, and even in Asia, which don't have that kind of infrastructure, had to go through in a different way. That is why the continuous consumer education we can't avoid. We need to keep on pressuring the government of the day, whoever it can be, anywhere, and even at the international forum. That's why whatever the industry is going to do today has an impact on consumers, especially on banking, because no one can say that I don't bank anymore, because today it's all about your credit card, your debit card, e-wallet, or many other things. That's one professor was sharing with me, when people ask them whether they wanted handphone, they need to choose two things, either handphone or wallet. People have choose handphone more in I don't know which country. I think South Korea. Okay. Second was China. So that's the situation today. So with this, thank you very much for giving us an opportunity for Consumer International. And of course, CI could like to work more closely with the Financial Forum to make sure that we will put in our elements into the Financial Forum, that is consumer protection, consumer education for all. Thank you very much.
I think we'll be able to take two questions for Professor Nadason. Yes. First one, second one. Any question? Okay, so we'll start. Oh, okay, you can start. Okay, so I will start from Madam.
Thank you, sir. My name is Penny. I am from Gajah Mada University. I would like to ask a question about cryptocurrency, because now the digitalization brings impacts also in finance, and cryptocurrency becomes a trend, just like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, etc. When people keep their money in form of cryptocurrency, their data are confidentially kept in form of ID, which is no and personal information there. Yeah. Independent from cryptocurrency issuers, they claim that they are independent from any regulatory body and also independent from any microeconomics mechanism. Although it is not legal yet in many countries and relatively risky, but the public response on cryptocurrency is good and getting higher. What do you think about the consumer protection in cryptocurrency? Do you have any suggestion on how we protect the consumers in cryptocurrency market? Thank you.
Second one. Yeah.
Okay. So these 2 days we'll be talking about the consumer protection. Now, let me be a little devil's advocate, because I see so many bankruptcies, closures, corporate world. It's a highly competitive world. So what do you think are the obligations of the consumers? Because, yeah, we want a lot of things. You said the three things, even more. But there must be some obligation for the consumers also. So what do you think are the obligations?
Thank you very much. The obligation for consumer is that, of course, they need to be aware. They need to take responsible. Okay? The consumers they must make sure that they have the right to information for them to choose. Consumers have the right, but consumers also must be responsible towards their own doing. That I believe, that is the obligation, that they need to be aware what they do. And comes to the question of the currency, of course, much education need to be done. It is just picking up. You must understand that something new crops up, everyone jump into it. So what we are telling is that to the consumers at large is that, is there enough protection? Even if you go on online purchases, throughout country to country online purchases, you can even see Amazon. What you see in the web is something which you get once it reaches your place. So that is one aspect of it. But come to the currencies thing, whichever thing, the toughest thing is that we need educate consumer protection for redressal mechanism if there is any collapse in any system. So that is why what we have campaigning with the consumer is that you must know full product knowledge before you participate in whatever you do. That is simple. Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah, I'll give big applause to our two speakers here. Yeah, I mean, this session has, I think, enriched us from various perspectives, right? From the policymaker, and then researcher, and financial consumers advocate. Right? So if we can conclude from the three speakers, we're saying that not only do financial consumers capitalize on the technological disruption, but they also need to be protected and realize their obligations. So to end this session, I would like to give, again, tokens of appreciation to two of you. Please, Professor Tandelin, to give the appreciation. Thank you. Once again, thank you very much to all of our speakers and also all of you who has borne with us. I will hand it back to the MC for. Thank you.